Good morning, Comedians. RJ back with another video. So let's get to it. Today's random Mike Schmidt item of the day from 2003. An insert from Fleer Ultra when it was a game. Really cool image here, kind of like the Bowman TV frame almost with wood grain around it and then a blue frame on top of that. Has the logo of the team, Mike Schmidt. On the back, just, talk of Mike Schmidt, whatever. But it was our card number 25 of a 40 card insert set in 2003 for Fleer Ultra. Now, I thought about picking up the whole set, but you can't find the full set of insert cards available. You got to buy them piece by piece. And I don't feel strongly enough about having this particular set to spend $300 on the individual cards just to have them. So it is a cool card in my Mike Schmidt collection, but I'll pass on the insert set as a set. Today's random baseball item of the day. One other collection I have. Again, I am similar to Mike, baseball collector. I collect everything baseball. Everything I can that's a baseball themed thing or a baseball set of whatever, I try my best to buy within reason and within my budget. One of the things I'm working on is a complete collection of every movie, either a DVD or a VHS tape, of every film ever made with a baseball theme. To that end, I picked this up off the bay. One of the ones I didn't have, but it's also cool for another reason I'll share in a second. It's called The Kid from Cleveland. Came out in 1949, the year after the Indians won the World Series. So they were at the peak of their popularity. But it has Satchel Paige appearing in the movie, along with several other members of the Indians from the time. But I just thought having a film with Satchel Paige on it is kind of cool. The kid in the movie, a kid named Rusty Tamblyn. If you're a movie aficionado, he was Tony's older brother in West Side Story, the guy who got stabbed. Was it Rip or something like that? I can't remember. He was he was Tony's older brother in West Side Story. So anyway, it's a story about what you'd expect. A kid loves the Cleveland Indians, somehow ends up with the team. But I haven't even watched it. This is still sealed. I have a DVD player and a VHS player hooked up to my TV in my room. I can't find the remote that would switch it over from live streaming mode to DVD mode. So I don't know how to access the frickin' TV to do what I want it to do. I'm kind of annoyed right now, but eventually I'll be able to see this movie and give you a critique maybe on the movie. But if you want to pause and see what the bio is, there you go. But again, a really cool addition to my collection. Today's trivia question. Speaking of Cleveland, on this date in baseball, let me twist the thing again. On this date in baseball history, July the 7th, 1948, the Cleveland Indians signed this former Negro League star to help them, and he pitches a 6-1 record down the stretch to send them into the World Series. Should be a very easy question, given the discussion we just had. What you're playing for? 3 Mets cards from last year's archives, 2024 archives. A rookie, pitcher Christian Scott. A veteran, Pete Alonso. And a Hall of Famer, Mike Piazza. So being a Phillies fan, I want to get rid of all these yucky Mets cards. Those are the 3 which you're playing for. All you got to do is send me an email with a guess on that question. I will include my email in the description below along with a repeat of that question. You will have today and tomorrow to answer. We will pick a winner on Sunday, all right? Good luck to everybody on that one. So today, what I want to show off, something I picked up on Facebook Marketplace. I had seen this item for a long time. It wasn't very expensive, it was cool. I just never pulled the trigger. Finally, I pulled the trigger on it and picked it up, and I'm happy to have it. It was actually in the tradingcarddatabase.com, which I thought was interesting. But let me show you the card that came with it first. It was like a kind of like an index card with writing on it. So it's from the Phillies. So thank you for your participation in the 1987 Phillies Early Bird program. Please accept the enclosed art prints as a token of our appreciation for your early commitment. Sincerely, Dennis Mannion, Director of Season Sales. So obviously, if you bought season tickets early for the 1987 season, you got a little gift from the Phillies. And the guy I talked to said he was a longtime Phillies season ticket holder. I got to go on. Some of these guys have stores, for Facebook Marketplace stores, and they got all kinds of awesome Phillies things. A lot of what I already have. A lot of things are sets that nobody wants, but every once in a while I'll see a cool thing like this. And this one I've seen for a while, and I really wanted it. So it came in this little folder. I pulled the prints out. It says Phillies in the old script, top and bottom. And then it says, let me see if I can find one here, the great performers of 1986. Now, it's an art print. Now, it is an art print actually by, in a second, this came in it, Dick Perez. So, Dick Perez, for much of his career, was in the Philadelphia area. In fact, his studio was in a little town called Fort Washington, Pennsylvania, which is relatively close to where I am. This is cool because it has a pencil signature of Dick Perez, and I have issue number 586 of 850 of these awesome Dick Perez prints. Now, again, I do not have the original. These are prints. Interesting, though, the 1986 Phillies really weren't a good team. Schmidt actually won the MVP that year, so he had a good year, but there was really little else to be excited about. And the people you have in here, if you look at the names, you're going, who the heck is that? I mean, Bruce Ruffin and Don Carmen were, longtime Phillies members, but never were really great. Ken Tekulve had his best seasons in Pittsburgh. Juan Samuel was good, but not great. And Von Hayes was good, but not great. So there wasn't a lot of awesomeness to be had on the Phillies, and this is what you get stuck with. But again, Dick Perez says he is the Phillies' official artist. So he is the artist in residence at Perez Steel Galleries in Fort Washington, PA. So, I mean, Dick Perez was already a legend at this time, so no slouch at all to own some prints by Dick Perez. So I will show you the various prints. They're just basic prints, not signed by the individuals. Bruce Ruffin, here he is. Really awesome image. These are about, 8-inch squares, ballpark, maybe 10-inch squares. Bruce Ruffin, number 47. Left-hander, and they're blank back, so there's nothing on the back. Bruce Ruffin. Love me some Kent Tekulve. Anybody who doesn't love Kent Tekulve never saw a Kent Tekulve pitch. Wore glasses, always looked like sunglasses. Had the submarine sidearm motion, and loved it in the old days when he was with Pittsburgh, and he had that black and gold pill top piped striped hat. But here he is with the Phillies. He was with the Phillies for a few years toward the end of his career. I think, if I remember correctly, he went on to the Reds after he was done with the Phillies, but don't quote me on that. And you have Von Hayes. The Perez signature down here is a print of the original signature on the original painting, so it's not any signature on this print. But Von Hayes, longtime Philly, longtime Philadelphia Philly. First baseman or outfielder, depending. Here, I just dropped it. Don Carmen. If you ever, there's a book out there right now called The Wax Pack, where some like New York Times writer or something got enamored with baseball cards again and opened a pack of 1987 Topps cards and tracked down, maybe 1986 Topps cards. And he tracked down the individuals he could track down that were part of that pack that he opened. Don Carmen was one of them. And Don Carmen today, I believe, is a sports psychologist. Tried to help people, sports athletes cope with the pressure put upon them. But here's Don Carmen staring down at the catcher. Juan Samuel is next. Sammy, as people in Philadelphia call him Sammy. Juan Samuel is still a member of the Phillies organization, does public appearances mostly, but he was a coach at various times for the Phillies. Bench coach, first base coach, third base coach, you name it. Juan Samuel, as Mr. Harry Callis would opine. Juan Samuel. And then obviously the most important Philly ever, Mr. Mike Schmidt. Might be fun to get that one autographed someday, I don't know. But this one is really cool. So these all stay together in that binder I showed you. I'm not going to mount them and post them anywhere. It's better to keep the whole package together, I think, including that little index card. So that's all I have to show you today. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please consider liking, subscribing, commenting, and all that jazz. I really do appreciate your support as I try my best to support everybody's great card B day, right? Thank you very much for watching. Come back again Wednesday and Friday for more trivia and prizes. Hope to see you again soon. Have a great rest of your week, and take care.